Okay, Perrin, who are these guys?
These guys, this is Michael Gilliland, and this is Dominic Pennington. And David, you remember the Socialist Party back in 2007, right, with Joey Eichler and Ariel and all those crazy people?
Yeah.
Well, there was a second Socialist Party after that, and it was founded by these guys, right here, among many others. And then we met, and we were like, well, wait a second, let's all team up together and do COA stuff. That's how it all happened.
Okay, so I was trying to explain that the flavor of this meeting is so kind and so sweet and so willing to serve the community without like slander, like snarky nasty, that like I can feel Chattanooga being changed because of these people getting together. I mean, it's whack, you know, and I don't want to speak any names about any other organizations that I get near, but man, there's some people that could learn from these characters in Chattanooga. Tell me about the School of Justice thing. What was that? I don't even know about that.
Don's gonna explain it to you.
Okay, come on. I got better light coming from this way.
So the Justice School.
Don't move your car.
What? Why am I moving?
Open up security.
Okay.
What?
So the Justice School was basically where anybody can come freely and learn the skills and practices of community organizing. Okay? And what does that mean? That means taking power in your community to where you can self-advocate.
Louder, louder.
And self-determine for your own conditions. So Chattanooga Organized for Action thought, wait a second, is it smarter to go out and lobby and advocate on your own and try to fight your battles, or is it smarter to build an army? We're in the business of building armies and people and building more powerful communities and things such as that. So we decided, hey, let's train up community organizers so that they can go out into their communities and make them better places. So we started a Justice School, and they just finished. It was kind of a prototype pilot project where different people could learn political theory, community organizing theory. And the next versions that we're going to have of it are going to be open to all kinds of marginalized and low-income folk and everybody all throughout the city. Kind of moving the camera around, but I'm catching you. And there's going to be field experiences and opportunities for all different kinds of people to go out and make the world a better place with skill and expertise.
So what happened in the School of Justice? Like, what were you doing, man?
Man, well, I wasn't there half the time because I was busy trying to write a grant to fund this.
Oh, cool.
You guys got to be funded. But people were learning just about like political theory, community organizing, about some of the nastier stuff about capitalism and patriarchy and, you know, what that's done to folk. But some of the most important stuff happened when people started sharing stories with each other, when they started opening up and to all the worlds of hurt and joy and suffering and happiness when they started sharing. And it's kind of like
Louder.
Our society doesn't really value self-reflection, and it doesn't really value me sitting with you and listening to your heart and learning from you. So we all trained each other in telling our stories and understanding different moments where we rebelled against unjust authority. That was the way we framed stories. We framed stories in terms of challenges and our choices and our outcomes. And so we all learned from each other's strengths, but we all discovered each other's stories and told that to each other. So the easiest way to a human's truth in their hearts is through a story.
A story.
Yeah,
Storytelling.
Yeah.
Yippee!
So that's what we do at COA.
All right. Well, yeah, and
organizing.
And listening.
Yeah, we practice methods of active listening to open-ended questions versus closed questions. And there are some very real instances in this school where you had to practice, okay, what's a closed question? Okay, what's an open question? And then you practice those kinds of things, and you practice turning closed questions into open questions. And just very basic tools to help open people up. You know, it's kind of funny. I actually, at the end of the Justice School, when we cleaned up the building, I used one of the quotes that you told me. Yeah. You told me one time that if you listen and you work in the Spirit, that you can find a brick wall. And if you weren't in the Spirit and if you weren't listening, that you can run up against it as fast as a bulldozer or as hard as you could, and it won't go down. But if you're with the Spirit and if you're understanding and listening, you can touch it as soft as a tissue, and it'll all come crumbling down. And that's what we're learning to do.
Phew! There you go.
I'm going to stop talking now, so there you go.
All right,
I'm just going to give that to you.
All right, thank you. Yippee. Say hi to St. Petersburg and places beyond.
Hi, St. Petersburg.